Hello everyone. Welcome. My name is Dana Christian Lee, and I'm coming to you from Petaluma, California. I'm the founder and executive director of Embody, and we're a nonprofit organization that is dedicated to positively impacting global health and well-being for all people. And how do we do this audacious, big mission? We create access for people to have the healing tools of yoga and mindfulness, putting them together with this way of doing good in the world that is individual for each of us to make a positive impact. And boy, oh boy, does our world need us right now. We have come to this place, my friends, that is beautiful and slightly terrifying. And I'm hoping today that we can take it like the top of a roller coaster. We know we have to go through it, so let's just get our arms up in the air. Let's be excited about it, even though we're a little bit afraid of maybe what's next in our world. And what's next for each of us is a little different. However, we all live on our planet. Right now, many of us are Americans, and our call, I believe, is to heal ourselves, to heal and unify our nation and our world. We start that by using our body, minds, and hearts through yoga, through mindfulness, through our mindful choices daily to create a healthier, happier existence for ourselves and our families. But right now, we are being called, especially as Americans, to step up into this greater good, this greater healing. And how the heck do we do that? I'm drawing a lot of inspiration by right now from a woman named Valerie Kaur, and she is leading 10 days of revolutionary love right now. I invited us last week to take the People's Oath that she wrote, and right now she's doing 10 days of conversations, of people sharing and people listening. You and me, we can listen, and we can then participate with this idea and then this action of revolutionary love. And I choose to believe, along with Valerie, that this revolutionary love is what does heal and create change in our world to make it more just and more equitable for all people. Because when one of us suffers, we all suffer. But when we rise, we all can be elevated because our humanities are tied to each other, because our divine nature, the teaching of yoga, is that we're one. So my friends, welcome to today of Revolutionary Love. I'm really inspired, not only still by what happened at the inauguration, but some of the words that were spoken. And Seamus Heaney was a poet who wrote The Cure of Troy, and it happens to be one of President Biden's favorite poems, and it was performed by Lin-Manuel Miranda at the inauguration. And it's very apt right now because I think it calls us into a state of being that's very present, very mindful, without closing our eyes or burying our heads in the sand, but also not burdening our hearts so heavily that we can't get out of bed and we can't act. And so that's, to me, the action, the feeling, the power of revolutionary love, by paying attention to all. And this poem pens it so beautifully. So I'd like to share it with you. You can close your eyes if that's helpful, or you can just keep your eyes open right now. We're going to do a meditation in just a moment. But this poem really does acknowledge the suffering and how we as humans need to root it out to then create this wave of justice that we can all be a part of. So, The Cure of Troy by Seamus Heaney. Human beings suffer. They torture one another. They get hurt and get hard. No poem or play or song can fully right a wrong inflicted and endured. History says, don't hope on the side of the grave. But then, once in a lifetime, the longed for tidal wave of justice can rise up, and hope and history rhyme. So hope for a great sea change on the far side of revenge. Believe that a further shore is reachable from here. Believe in miracles and cures and healing wells. Call miracle self-healing, the utter self-revealing double take of feeling. If there's a fire on the mountain and lightning and storm, and a God speaks from the sky, that means someone is hearing the outcry and the birth cry of new life at its turn. It means once in a lifetime that justice can rise up and hope and history rhyme. My friends, this is our once in a lifetime moment. This opportunity to step up and step in, not just during a new administration in another 4 years, during a global pandemic where we don't need to repeat all of what's going on, but we all need to be on our A game as best we can to root out what's holding us back in our hearts so we can err on the side of history that rises on a tidal wave of justice with hope and history rhyming. And that's what we're going to do today. So, my friends, to be in revolutionary love, to be part of this beautiful and challenging work, we must tend to our own human hearts. So let's take a moment in meditation and silent reflection to sit up tall. You can place your hands on your thighs with your thumb and forefinger together, palms face down. If you need a little bit more grounding or a little bit more support, you can turn your palms face up if you need a little bit more energy. But as you come into your mindful seat, align your body properly. Get a nice long spine as your shoulders roll onto your back, and you can feel that sweetness of the shoulder blades coming toward each other to lift and kiss the back side of your heart, where we're going to do this deep and beautiful work today. Close your eyes. Turn to your breath. And breathe the gift of your life slowly and deeply in through your nose and out. The bell is going to bring us in, and the bell will bring us out. As you turn and tend to the work of heart, as you breathe fully and breathe deeply and begin to feel from the inside out, ask yourself, what is the state of my heart? What is the shape of my heart? Is it full? Or is it in pieces? Is it cracked? Is it mending? Is it tending to the healing that's calling us all? Keep breathing slowly, keep breathing deeply as we dig deeper into our hearts, asking, are they filled with courage or is fear dominating? Breathe, search, seek the weeds of fear, limiting belief. Tend to the heart by extracting them and cultivating the soil of courage. As you breathe deeper and slower, nestling deeper into the space of your heart. Is your heart heavy or light this day? If there are burdens, if there is weight that needs to be released and weeded out, pay attention. Cultivate and release from the space of your heart the heavy burdens that you may be carrying. And feel the heart light up. Fill with fresh blood, beautiful light. which radiates hope. Is your heart compassionate or judgmental today? Are you carrying around grudges, blame, finger pointing, shame? Dig deep, get into your elbows, pull the weeds. And as you throw them onto the compost heap, as lessons learned to be churned and grown into beautiful soil within your heart, the compassion and passion for your life. Dig a little deeper and find the gauge of self-compassion. Are you able to be gentle and kind and tender to your own precious heart? If there is scrutiny and self-talk and self-doubt, weed it out, jump in. Extract at the root that which was never meant to take hold. Back on the compost heap. For all feelings, for all experiences, are to be nourished and learned and cultivated into the fresh tilled soil of your heart. But to grow, it must be tilled and tended again and again. And finally, ask yourself, is your heart open? Boundless, or is it closed? Shut down? Is it stuck? Be mindful of the shape of your heart, keeping it lifted and open, not giving it to the world to have its way, but to shine, intended by you. Your heart is your responsibility, and your heart is your gift to be filled with revolutionary love, for hope and history to come together, riding this tidal wave of justice. So they rhyme. Feel the in-breath and the out-breath, the tending and the nurturing, the weeding and the recycling. And if emotions are coming up, if tears are rolling, let them go, let them flow. For those are the waters that heal and nourish. Even consecrate, bless, baptize, whatever word you want, into a new day, led by this radical notion of revolutionary love. Inhale, breathe through your whole heart. Exhale, keep your heart lifted, soften your breath. Keep your gaze indrawn as you fold your palms in front of your heart in divine sanctuary space, the place of your heart. And place your intention this day with gratitude for your life, for your light. Full stop. Be grateful. And my friends, work of revolutionary love is no joke. This is the real deal. So call on with your breath, your movement, your intention, your candles, your bells, whatever you use to summon support from beyond. Call it in. And today, let us bless our practices and dedicate them to this collective heart of revolutionary love, to break down the barriers that keep us separate, so our hearts can stay open and connected, to heal ourselves, a nation that is divided, and a world in need. You and me, we are the ones. And the time for revolutionary love is now. Breathe in, breathe out. Gently release your hands, palms face up. And slowly open your eyes. Move your head a little bit. As you can probably feel, I get a little fired up about this. Take your socks off, clear your mat off if you need. This work is important, it's powerful, and it makes me so very hopeful. So bring your hands behind you, can switch your feet. We're only gonna stay seated a moment longer. We're gonna work today on opening our heart. Why? So we know we can support ourselves on this path of revolutionary love. So our side waists are going to get nice and long. That's from the base of your hips all the way up to your armpits. Roll your shoulders back, bring your hands behind you. And use piano fingers to tip your low back in and lift your chest up. Good. Now draw your belly button back and lift your heart so your core is deeply engaged. Your tailbone keeps you anchored, and the radiance of your heart lifts you up. Take a full breath here, in and out. Good, keep that lift, that length. Walk your left hand over, reach your right arm up, bend at your elbow. Take your shoulders up and back, and notice your right hip wants to get light, so anchor it down, keep your belly button back, lift your chest up. Breathe in. Walk your fingers over, breathe out. Just open up your side waist. Deep breath in, long breath out. Extend your arm up and over your ear, and slowly reach your left arm to meet your right. Interlace your hands in front of your heart. Nice work. Bring your hands behind you once again. Notice how much easier it is. The body remembers how to anchor to the space of the heart while remaining totally connected and anchored as your shoulders roll up. Left arm rises, walk it up and over. Elbow bends, hand behind head. Breathe in, keep anchored through that left femur, left sit bone. You can soften that right elbow. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Take that left arm up and over your ear. Sweep that right arm up. Inhale. Bring your hands together. Turn your knuckles up. Interlace your fingers and reach up. Full breath in. Extend to the left. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Reach way up back to center. Palms face up. Full extension through your spine as you reach your hands around. Interlace your fingers at your low back. Nice little shoulder stretch here. You can bind your fingers or hook your thumbs. You can even get a strap, whatever is close to you, to help you begin to gently roll those arm bones up and back. Breathe in and breathe out. Release your hands down. Just notice the shape of your heart, the shape of your chest. Your collarbones are open, your heart is lifted. And there's more light, more fullness, And that in and of itself is revolutionary as people sit like this and on their phones and in their cars and at home, at their home offices, hunkered down. We need to lift, lengthen, open, look around, my friends. Let's come to child's pose. Have your toes touch, your knees go wide. And as your inner thighs stretch back, your tailbone lifts up a little, and then scoop your tailbone. Walk your arms forward so your forehead can rest on the earth. Put your elbows on the ground, palms join, and put your hands behind your head. And in this shape, slow and deepen your breath. Feel the earth beneath you. And you feel that earth in your heart. I've been using this soil metaphor. Just feel it. Let the breath break it up. Make it softer, more nourishing to extract any weeds or rocks or places that are hard and to nourish this beautiful, fertile soil for revolutionary love. A few more breaths. Deep inhale, long exhale. Slowly unwind, reach your arms forward, piano fingers in child's pose. Pick up your right arm twisted underneath your left. Switch sides, inhale, lengthen, and then twist. Walk those finger pads as far forward as you can while keeping both hips anchored back and down equally. So your side waist is long, arm bone is back, and you're spinning your belly and your chest toward the sky. Deep inhale, long exhale. Slowly come on back. Make your way into table pose. And just move your hips a little bit. Lengthen each side waist. You can make some curves with your spine. Drop your head. Roll it one way. Roll it the other way. As we meet in neutral table, tuck your toes, lift your knees up, stretch your hips back, downward facing. Keep your knees bent at first to get a nice long spine. And then begin to anchor your heels, maybe one at a time, closer to the earth, downward facing dog. Fire up your breath, get warmer from the inside. Tend to the light of your heart. Each pose, each breath today, my friends. And then begin to hold the body in this downward facing dog shape. Dynamic stillness for 3 more breaths. Tiptoes look up, step or hop your feet between your thumbs, Uttanasana, forward bend, top of your mat. Feet are parallel, you can put them hip distance apart for greater access. Use your finger pads on the earth or use some blocks to pour your spine forward. Release your head, neck, and shoulders. Lengthen your spine forward, breathe in. Exhale, bow down, breathe out. Lengthen, breathe in. Fold, breathe out. Lengthen and empty. Inhale, rise, stand tall, reach way up. And bring your hands together in front of your heart. Good. And just place your hands over your heart and just rub for a second. And if it's still feeling cold or closed or confusing, you can even take soft fists, gently knock on the door of your own heart. If you want to get a little weird, you can go, Slow it down, bring your hands over your heart, feel the vibration, feel the energy, feel the love. Release your hands down, open your eyes, reach up, breathe in, hook your thumbs, lateral stretch to the left, full breath, empty. Rise up and bend your knees. And we're gonna come to our tippy toes, just work our ankles and squat. Warm up our legs, our joints, strengthen our feet and our ankles. 2 more. Heels lift, in, exhale, anchor, lift, and anchor. Good, rise up, heels down, extend to the right, full breath in, empty out. Rise up, hinge at the waist, bow down. Lengthen forward, look up, step or hop back, plank pose. Make your body long and strong. Heels stretch back, belly button comes back. Reach your heart and your arm bones forward. And then curl them on your back. Plug in by clawing with your hands and take your shoulder blades toward each other. Good job. Tippy toes come out forward. Inhale. High plank to low, however you get there. And then you come all the way down. Take your first cobra. Take piano fingers, wide arms. Breathe in and lengthen. And as your shoulders roll back, squeeze your finger pads toward each other. Fire up your hands and you'll feel your forearms fire up all the way into your shoulders. Breathe in and then bend your elbows, lower halfway down. Shoulder blades on your back. Squeeze in your upper back. Lengthen forward, tailbone down, belly button back. Protect your low back as your shoulders roll up and back. Flow it. 2 more. Good. Now bring your hands by your ribs. Wrist creases parallel to the front of your mat. Notice your shoulders. Are they dropped down to the floor? I invite you to lift your shoulders up by your ears. Hug your elbows in, then your triceps, and then in your upper back, squeeze your shoulder blades toward each other. That is you consciously aligning your shoulder blades on your back. From that place, tuck your toes under. Keep hugging your elbows in, hug your heels, pop up a little, and go back to downward facing dog. Your poses get easier when your alignment is more precise. It's safer, but it's also so much easier to access your heart. Full breath in, long breath out. Left leg lifts. Bend your knees, stack your hips and twist. And then square your hips, look up between your thumbs. Step your left foot forward. Bring your hands to your waist, shoulders on your back. So you're in a straight leg lunge. Reach your arms up overhead, clasp your fingers. Bend at the elbows and bring the heels of your hands at the base of your neck, of your skull, the occipital bone. Lift up, side body long, take your arm bones back, curl in your upper back a little. Good, and as you breathe in, lift your heart. Keep your heart lifting, curl as you exhale, bend your back knee. Hover it off the floor. Inhale, straighten it. Exhale, bend it. Straighten it and bend it. Good, this time straighten, Lengthen and curl. Reach your arms up. And exhale, touch down, lunge. Spider walk your hands forward. Wide-legged forward bend, look up. Walk your arms nice and long forward. Down dog arms. Wide-legged forward bend legs. Look up at your hands, activate your fingers, especially the webbing between your thumb and your forefinger. Squeeze your fingers toward each other without moving them. Swing your triceps in and lift the head of your arm bones up. Stretch your heart down and forward. Thighs go back and apart. Belly is strong. Breath is full. Deep inhale. Let it out, exhale. Look up, second side, walk to lunge. Other side. And then build crescent lunge. You can always put your back knee down if you need a little bit more support. This time we're gonna roll our shoulders up and back, up. Reach your arms up and around this time. Up, back, and down. Inhale up, circle it. One more time. Then we'll reach, clasp our hands, heels the hands behind the head, full breath here. Plug into your heart as you exhale. Bend the back leg. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Straighten. And bend. This time as you straighten, draw your belly button back, lift up, curl, curl, curl. Keep bending through that front knee. Yes, good job. Breathe through it. Reach your arms up. And then exhale, touch down, lunge. Spider walk your hands to the front once again. Look up, breathe in. Hands at your hips, shoulders on your back. Stand up, good job. Reach your arms forward. Hips to armpits get longer. Side body long. Arm bones back, plug them right back. Good, now from the back side of your heart, take your shoulder blades toward each other, lift up. Excellent, keep that. Bend your elbows, hook your thumbs or your fingers, keep the side bodies nice and long. And now with that clasp, you can roll your arm bones back beautifully. So the tips of your shoulder blades curl your heart up. And notice your ribs want to open, draw them back. Keep that now, hinge at the waist. Breathe in and breathe out. Release your hands down. Walk back to your right leg in front. Step back, one leg dog, right leg in the air, bend and stack, twist, gotta even out the sides. Good job, square your hips, put your foot down, downward facing. You can rest here, take child's pose or flow through a vinyasa, high to low plank, cobra, sphinx or up dog. Exhale. Downward facing. Long breath in. Long breath out. Right leg lifts. Bend and stack it again. Step it through. Lunge. Pop your back heel down. Warrior two. Good job. Firm your legs. Strengthen your foundation. That's like doing the work, the tilling of the soil of your heart. So anchor and root down. Inhale, lengthen through your side waist. Arm bones back. Don't have your hands move back faster than your arm bones. Shoulders go back. And then your heart lifts. Then you can open. Because if your hands move back faster than your shoulders, you're going to lose the alignment, the plugging in of your arm bones. As you inhale, lift your heart. And as you exhale, straighten your front leg, reach up and back. Inhale, heart lifts, warrior two. Straighten, exhale, back. Do that 2 more times. One breath in warrior two. Bend at the elbows, thumbs or towel strap. Roll your arm bones up and back, sideways long, arm bones back. Draw your ribs toward each other, hinge and bow. Breathe in, breathe out. Bend at the elbows, walk it out, down dog lunge, 3 breaths. Look up between thumbs, straighten your front leg, switch sides. Lunge, take that front leg up and back, 1 leg dog. Bend your knees, stack your hips and twist. Full breath. Square it off, step it through. Lunge. Pop that back heel down. Build warrior two, second side. Left toes pointed to the left. 90 degrees. Other foot, short edge of your mat lines up with the outer blade of your foot. Look down, heel bisects your back arch. Beautiful. Lift and spread your toes and hug your legs toward each other. The inseam of your legs fire up, plug them in. And as your thighs stay back, your belly lifts, palms up. Side body long, arm bones back. Warrior two. And one of the surest ways to find out if your shoulder blades are off your back is to check in with your breathing. Is your heart lifted? Can you breathe slowly and deeply? Inhale, straighten, dance it back, exhale. Warrior two, breathe in, reverse, breathe out. Couple more times. This time we'll take a breath in two, bind, shoulder stretch. Full breath in, long breath out. Release your hands down, walk them forward. Down dog lunge. Look up, walk your hands back to lunge. Pick that front leg up and back, 1 leg dog again, twist it. And put it down, downward facing. Take a flow that nourishes you, heals your heart, shapes it with love and kindness and compassion. We'll meet in downward facing. Full breath in, long breath out. Tippy toes, step or hop, forward bend. Lengthen, breathe in. Bow down, breathe out. Rise up. And bring your hands together. Good job. Make those soft fists. Bring your hands just below your collarbones. And you can feel, are your collarbones flat, or is there like a little protrusion where you could like maybe, pick up some water, would hold something like a little cup. You want to lift up even through your armpits, take your shoulders back and feel the flatness of your chest. Those collarbones, they soften. So you can plug into the backside of your heart and lift your chest. Soft fists. Close your eyes and gently tap. And then you can tap a little harder. Feel some vibration, feel some sensation. Knocking on the door of your heart to open, to heal, to reveal what is next on the path of your revolutionary love. We're going to make some sound now. Breathe in through your nose. And a long exhale and make the Join your palms where hope and history come to rhyme. The tidal wave of justice led by revolutionary love. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release your hands and open your eyes. What are you feeling? Bring your feet together. Balance on your right leg. Kick your left heel toward your backside. Catch your ankle. So what's that look like? It looks like this. You may need to bend your knee to the inside and your heel out, but then align your body so your knees hug in, point straight down. Press into that right leg. Take your thighs back strong. Keep them back. Pull your belly in, lift your chest up. And as your knees hug your midline, and you lift through your heart and roll your shoulders back, bring your booty towards your heel and your heel towards your booty. Just getting a nice thigh stretch, a quad stretch. And if your knee is hurting, this is not a knee thing, it's a quad thing. Full breath here. Release, let it go. Shake it out, move your hips a little bit. Okay, bring your feet back together. When you stand, if you can look at the space between my calves, zip your legs up. We're doing a lot of your shoulders, but if you have good shoulder alignment, but your lower body alignment is gone, it's really hard to build on a foundation that's not connected. So hug your legs in, zip them up, shins in. Stick your butt out, your thighs go back. Balance on your left leg, bend your right leg, catch your ankle. You can use a towel or a strap if you need. Squeeze your knees, draw your belly down, lift your chest up. And a thigh stretch on the right. You can bring your hand over your heart. If that helps, feel your collarbones. Are they flat? Full breath here. Gently release, let it out. Bring your feet together, zip your legs up, stand tall. Reach your arms up, lift your left leg up, cross at the knee. Bring your palms together, where hope and history. Bring your hands in front of your heart. They rhyme. Just allow this vertical pigeon. Open your hips. Keep your heart lifted. Two more breaths. Slowly come up, breathe in, bend your knees, exhale, touch the earth. Switch sides, lift your right leg up, cross at your knee, bringing the right and the left, the hope as we create actively the history. What side do you choose to be on? The asleep side or the awake side? that I'm okay. As long as I'm okay, that's all that matters. No, 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 friends. It's a we thing. Keep breathing. Breathe into the discomfort. Keep your heart open. Long inhale, long exhale. Good job. Reach it way up, breathe in. Exhale, put it down, touch the earth. Bring your hands to your heart and stand tall. Breathe in this radical love and send it out as a gift of hope and healing for our future. Come on down. I'm going to turn to the side. We're going to come on down to our knees. And if you don't know how far, you can put a yoga block between your knees, or you can put 2 fists between your knees. And when you tuck your toes under, make sure that your ankle bones stay vertical. A lot of people do this or this. You can overstretch your ankles that way. This can be really helpful and healthy on your feet if you have proper alignment. So tuck your toes, squeeze your legs toward each other without your heels splaying in or out. Take your thighs back and then bring your belly and lift your chest up. Good. Take your shoulder blades up and arm bones back. Good. And then you can release and just roll those arm bones up and back. If you need to move your head a little bit. Good. Then release your hands down. A lot of times when we do back bending, people hold with their jaw. Release your jaw, take your arm bones back, lift your heart. Good. Both arms reach up. Bind your fingers, bend at the elbows, put your hands behind your head. And as you squeeze your legs toward each other, squeeze your elbows in, lift your heart and curl. Curl, curl, curl in your upper back. Back bend, back bend, back bend. Imagine bringing your head all the way down to the floor. It may not happen. It's not happening for me right now. Back up. Bring your hands down into table. If there's any pinching in your low back, make sure that you release it, but the alignment of your back in a back bend is to keep your tailbone heavy and your belly strong. Then your shoulders can come up and back. Take one more cat-cow. Lift your left leg up, bring it through, pigeon on the left. Walk your hands back. Tuck those back toes under and bring your hands at your waist. You can stay here or not, but I want this pigeon to be super active. Roll your shoulders up, arm bones back. You can bring your hands here or not. This is a great one, but I want you to curl and then kiss the floor with your forehead. Try not to unbind. And then inhale, lift, lengthen, curl. See if you can take your heart just forward and down. 2 more. This takes a whole boatload of strength and alignment. Last time. Bring your hands to the side. Come up on your finger pads. Bend your elbows. Breathe in that hope and exhale revolutionary love to create a history that rhymes with the beauty of our hearts. Deep inhale, let it out. Good work. That's a lot of deep work. Walk your hands back. Feel pigeon for another breath. We're going to take this front leg, lift it up and back into one-legged dog. So if you need to come through table, go through table. If you need to go through dog, go through dog. Some of you can lift right up and back, one-leg dog. Square your hips, lift your heart forward. Bend that leg, stack your hips and twist. Roll onto the outside of your foundational foot and have your left fingers come up like a tent, like those piano fingers. Begin to curl in your upper back, lift this left hand up, maybe put your hand behind your head as you slowly open into Wild Thing. Breathe in, lengthen through your side waist, arm bones back, and from the back side of your heart, lift and curl. And then slowly come on out, hug in first. Take your time to unwind. Back to dog. Child's pose. And let's go back to where we began with our elbows bent, palms together. Slowly release your hands down. Come on up to your hands and knees. And then bring your hands at your waist. We're gonna do one more camel variation. Shoulders on your back. Lift and lengthen through your spine. And this time you can bind here. You can bring your hands behind your head once again. If you wanna grasp one heel or both heels. Today I'm really enjoying this clasp. Heels of the hands at the occiput, elbows in, arm bones back. And we curl in the upper back, right where the tips of the shoulder blades meet the back side of the heart. It's not a dropping back, it's a curling up. Keep breathing and curl. Slowly come up. Reach your arms up, set it down. Take a little movement in table, perhaps into a cat-cow. We're gonna do pigeon on the other side. Lift the other leg up, bring it through, build your pigeon. You can come onto your back if that modification is necessary today. And once you get your shin as parallel as you can to the front of your mat, hug your legs in so there's this inner lift. In yoga right now, that's revolutionary. Alignment is going out the window, so hug in. Make sure that it's not about the outer shape, it's about how we align on the inside with the outside. Our thighs are back. Now try to draw that hip crease back and down as you stay vertical for a few more breaths. And if there's any pain in your knee, discomfort is inherent in pigeon pretty much, but pain is not. So hug in, come out. Good, and now from here, you can stay here, come down. If you want to try that variation where you bring your hands up behind your head, and we do a forehead drop, come down, lower, and lift. Lower, use your breath. Keep your arm bones back. 2 more on your own. And know that this is challenging. But everything revolutionary comes with awareness, with courage. Breathe in pigeon. Lift your heart up and walk your hands back. Now I need to move over just a little bit You adjust yourself to come into your one-legged dog. Bend your knees, stack your hips. Gonna roll on the outside of your foundational foot and come up on the finger pads of your opposite hand. Gonna lift, balance on your foundational hand and foot, put your hand behind your head, and slowly open it up into Wild Thing pose. Tips of the shoulder blades come in, heart goes up. Full breath here. Let it out. And hug everything in. Gently unwind, bring it back to downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Step or hop your feet forward, take a seat. Good job. Extend your legs long. Good. If you need to sit up on height, please do so. Inner thigh down, outer hip out. So the back of your leg and your calf is straight down, both sides. Walk those sit bones back, and just like we did at the beginning, bring your hands behind you. Tip your low back in. Side body long. Arm bones go up and back. You can stay right here. You have a super active foundation aligned. You've got a nice lift to your side body. Your arm bones are back and your heart is lifted. You can stay right here and breathe in and out. Some of you may want to walk your hands forward. Just keep those arm bones going back, the ribs going back. And then, only then, you can reach your feet, plug your arm bones onto your back. And if your nose comes between your knees, you can bring your elbows, squeeze your shins in. And deepen your pose even more. You take your time in this practice, in this pose, right here, right now. To do the deep, beautiful, and challenging work of revolutionary love. Inhale, lift your heart forward. Exhale, roll your spine back. Make a circle with your head. One way and then the other way. Good job. Bend your left leg. You can bring your foot inside your front leg or cross it on the outside. Bring your right hand to hold that knee. Use your piano fingers again behind you. Keep this foundational leg active. So as you inhale, you lift your heart, roll your shoulders back, exhale, twist. You can stay right here. You can bend your elbow and hook. Some of you might even be able to bind and wrap. You decide. Breathe it in. Breathe it out. Slowly unwind. This time we're going to stack our knees if that's available to you. If it is not, just bring your sole of your foot on the inside of your extended leg. If you can, stack your knees, reach your arms up, hinge at the waist, and we're trying to bring our chin outside of our knee, keeping our arm bones on the back, heart forward and down. Inhale, look up. Slowly come up. We're going to take a few more rounds of breath like that, or we're going to walk that right foot back. And this makes it a little bit more intense, Gomukhasana. Find your shape, stack your knees, and if your knees are stacked, you can place the heels of your hands on the balls of your feet. And feel the sensation of revolutionary love in that right hip. Oh, Lordy. Lean onto that left hip, I know. You can put a blanket under there if it doesn't sit down. Deep inhale. Long exhale. Slowly come up. How do you get out? Pause, breathe, hug your leg in, lift it up, and then set it down. Move this leg and extend your legs long, shake them out. Good job. Now we're going to do that on the second side. We're going to keep our left leg extended nice and long. Roll your inner thigh down and your outer hip out and free those sit bones back. Take your right leg, bend it inside of your front leg or outside of your front leg. And if you go outside, take your left hand, hold the outside of your right knee, finger pads, piano fingers go behind you, directly behind your right shoulder. Lift and spread your toes. You can see my toes. Those are sleepy feet. Those are very active feet. Anchor down through that femur head. Low back goes in and up. And use your finger pads behind you to help lift. Breathe in. Exhale. Twist. From the base of your spine to the crown of your head. Lengthen and twist. If you want to deepen with modification, please do so. Deep inhale. Let it out, exhale. Slowly look back and then hug, gently unwind. To modify, you can bring your foot inside your leg like this, or you can stack your knees. And if you do need to put a blanket underneath your hips, please do so. Cross at the knees and activate your feet. Reach up, inhale, and bow forward. Some of you may stay right here. I'm going to put one hand on my foot, one hand on my knee first. And then, oh, there's my foot in front. And like in life, you're going to find some things are easier than others. So one side is going to be more accessible, more open. One side's going to be stronger. One side's going to be tighter. We work with the asymmetry of our bodies. They're great teachers, especially on the path of revolutionary love. Breathe it in. Exhale out. Slowly unwind, come back. You can stay here, you can modify, or you can bend at the left knee, walk your foot over, and try to create a straight line of your shins with your knees stacked. Ooh, and that's going to be some sensational on those hips. Together we inhale. Together we exhale. Slowly roll up. Hug first, then unwind. Extend your legs long. And shake your legs out. Oh, that feels good. I'm going to turn to the side. So be on the full length of your mat with your booty in the center. Flex your toes. Bring your hands behind you. Piano fingers again. Lift the head of your arm bones up. Good. You'll feel a nice lower lumbar curve of support. You can stay right here. You can go right here. Or if you can keep that shape of your back, bring your arms alongside. Then reach them up. Curl in your upper back. Lift your heart. Breathe in. And then exhale your legs. Lift your heart. Inhale, bend. You can even kiss the floor. Exhale. Just flow that a few more times. Final variation for yourself, 3 breaths. Hope and history. Rhyme. Bring it in. Slowly roll back. Bring your knees in. Rock it a little bit. Back and forth, side to side. Good. And for your final Shavasana, you can extend your legs long like normal, or you can bring the soles of your feet together and open your knees to the side. I would definitely invite you to put at least one hand on your heart, and put the other one on your belly, and both on your heart. And as your arm bones roll back, tuck the shoulder blades behind the heart. And simply take a few breaths here, deeply in and out, to feel beating the divinity of your heart. Now slow your breathing down. You can release your arms alongside your body. But feel the radiance, the light and the lift, in the space of your heart as you rest. Simply bring a gentle awareness to your outer form. You can stay in Shavasana as long as you have need. As you keep this pose for a moment longer, I invite you to keep your heart open and let the words of Seamus Haney pour in to remind you of the power, the importance of your life and your light and revolutionary love for all. Human beings suffer. They torture one another. They get hurt and get hard. No poem or play or song can fully right a wrong inflicted and endured. History says, don't hope on the side of the grave. But then, once in a lifetime, the longed for tidal wave of justice can rise up, and history and hope rhyme. So hope for a great sea change on the far side of revenge. Believe that a further shore is reachable from here. Believe in miracles and cures and healing wells. Call miracle self-healing, the utter self-revealing, double take of feeling. There's a fire on the mountain and lightning and storm, and a God speaks from the sky. That means someone is hearing the outcry and the birth cry of new life at its term. It means once in a lifetime that justice can rise up and hope and history rise. My warriors, for good, breathe in. Exhale that revolutionary love. softly stretch. Gently awaken the body. Lengthen through your fingers and your toes and your wrists and your ankles, or stay longer. Take a moment to bend your knees. Rest your feet on the earth. Take a full breath. And as you roll to your side on an exhale, pause. Feel. Feel the work, the transformation. Use your hands to help you sit up. As we close, like we begin, the seat of our practice. This sacred temple of our beings. Bring your hands, the right and the left, they come together. Hope and history. They rhyme. Bring them in front of your heart. Close your eyes. And this rhyming is this elevation of the tidal wave of justice, us all coming forward and saying yes, yes, to revolutionary love. May you continue to tend to the space and the shape of your heart. Pull out the weeds at their root, compost the material from which your life has been built, and live, creating a temple of revolutionary love within and for all. My friends, may our hearts stay open and nourished by self-compassion and fueled by revolutionary love. May our hearts swell in collective tidal waves of justice to rise up, to lift us all. My friends, go in peace. Shine your light. Share your heart of revolutionary love, and may it be so. Namaste. You have hope and history in your hands, creating it each breath, each moment. How can you ride our collective tidal wave of justice, you and me, together, to create and cultivate revolutionary love for all people? There is no more time. The time is here. The time is now. Please, my friends, get off your mat. Stand tall, lift your heart, and remember that you are divine, you are good, and you are beloved, and I love you. Love yourself, love your neighbors, and together we can change the world. Till next time, peace out.